Hello and welcome. This Rising Dawn 144. Got a collective message going out. Thank you for visiting. I appreciate you. This will not resonate with everybody, so please take what does, leave what doesn't. No gender in tarot. Male, female. We all have it. So let's see what messages need to go out to the collective today. Excuse me. Show me clearly. What's collective need to know today? All right, starting out with the High Priestess. Oh, wishes come true. Awesome. 9 of Cups. That's fulfillment of wishes. High Priestess. Spiritual insight. Talking about this 9 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. 10 of Pentacles could be you receiving like an inheritance or having enough to share with the like a whole family unit, you know. Yeah, that's material wealth. That's sweet. So this is something you wished for. Page of Cups. Page of Cups talks about love coming to you. It could be a child. Message from a child. A message about love that's coming towards you. Something that you love coming towards you. But it's something new. It's something young. Something fresh. It could be your inner child. Page of Cups. May these wishes come true. Something you've hoped and wished for since you were a child. Doesn't have to be, though. A Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness. Whatever it is, you earned it. You earned it. These are beautiful cards for the first row. Wow. I'm getting chills. Way too many, but let's see what it says. All right. 10 of Cups. Wow. Okay, here we go. 10 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 4 of Wands. Okay, so this tower isn't a bad tower for you. Maybe for somebody else. 10 of Cups can talk about a family. It's your emotional fulfillment, contentment, deep connections, having it all emotionally. 10 of Pentacles, having it all on a material realm. And then we have 6 of Pentacles here. That talks about equal give and take, but it could also be generosity, someone giving to you, which we already talked about, an inheritance coming or something in that form. And then this Tower happens. The 6 of Pentacles, equal give and take. It could be karma, but this is like money. This is something physical, tangible, something you can hold, something you can touch. Brings this Tower down, but you're celebrating it. It brings in harmony and celebration and success. Okay, those are good signs. The Wheel of Karma is here, so Wheel of Destiny. So you earned it. If you get something, you earned it. Talking about the Wheel of Fortune. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. That's a seed to be planted for a brand new beginning, brand new life. And you see this pentacle in the center of the wheel as well. You earn this. Whatever is coming to you, whatever you're receiving, don't doubt it. You earned it. Your wishes are coming true. You've done the work. Wow. Okay, get one more for that row. Tell me. Ace of Pentacles. Here we go. Page of Swords. So this is communication, or it could be someone spying, watching. Someone try and take this Ace of Pentacles away is what I'm seeing. Like they're coming in, maybe claiming that Pentacle's theirs, but it is not. And tell me about this High Priestess. Victory and recognition. Six of Wands with that High Priestess. Achieved goal, progress, victory. The Six of Wands, please. The Hermit. This with your wishes coming true. So this is following your inner guidance, being in your inner world, getting your wisdom, meditating, following your inner light, being in the darkness, but allowing your light to guide you. One thing I've learned the hard way is forcing stuff to happen that gives you anxiety and stress and everything is not the way. That's not the path. The path will be clear. The path will feel good. The path will make you not have anxiety about it. Number one, it will make you feel at peace that you're okay with every step that you take. You're following your inner guidance. That's how you receive this victory. That's how you received your wishes being granted, is because you did this. That's how you received your victory. Talking about this Hermit. Strength. Your inner resources again to overcome, to stay true to your path, stay true to you. Not allow people to trigger you and get you out of character. A lot of people like doing that, causing conflict, and then when you respond to it, they're like, oh, see, that's the problem. They're the problem. They love doing that. And you didn't fall for it. That's how you receive this victory. Talking about the strength. Five of Pentacles. Okay, so someone tried isolating you, tried putting you in scarcity. And this is with this Page of Cups. Isolating you from this new path, this new following your heart, following your emotions, following your inner child, your intuition. Someone tried freezing you out of it. Taking something away, because this Pentacles. So this is the material. And if that's a child, someone tried taking a child from you to isolate you, leave you out in the cold. Okay, Five of Pentacles. That could have been what you had to follow your inner light about. Keep your lion tamed, you know? Especially if I'm talking to a mother, you know, that bear will come out. You don't want to push. All right, we got the King of Pentacles with Wheel of Fortune. It's your change in destiny. They tried isolating you and giving you hardship, but you're the King of Pentacles. You've already received, your wishes have been granted. That's emotional fulfillment. That's cups, your wishes being granted. That's your emotional abundance. And then you're being given the Ten of Pentacles, as well as the Ace of Pentacles. So how did they think that they were going to freeze you out of what was given to you? You're the King of Pentacles. You are success. You're stable. You're very stable. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know who it is. Maybe this Page of Swords. Somebody thought they could freeze you out. But it looks like this is your world that they tried freezing you out of. What? Ay, ay, ay. The King of Pentacles, I mean, he, masculine, feminine energy. This is the masculine form. Wisdom through experience, especially with finances. Like, I'm a Capricorn, so the King of Pentacles hits home with me. And one thing you're not going to do is make me feel material struggle and scarcity, because I am able, sorry, I had to clear my throat. I'm able to live poor and still feel like I'm in abundance. Like, I'm a budget queen. I can make the coins work for me in my favor. And some of the best vacations I've ever had are the ones that I was the brokest in. So, I mean, I don't understand why they thought that they could do this to a King of Pentacles. High Priestess King of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Well, guess that's why that wheel turned for him, right? The wheel turned in favor of the King of Pentacles, obviously. Talking about this King of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Foresight, planning, expansion. Your ship's coming in. The Ace of Pentacles. Not only have you received, you're receiving more. So the Ten of Pentacles could be, like I said, an inheritance, or something going in your favor where you receive material like money, house, something that you can share with your loved ones around you, the people you care about. And the Ace of Pentacles is the universe giving you more. The wheel turning in your favor, and the universe saying, you know what? Let me put that cherry on top of that Ten of Pentacles for you. Let me give you a little bit more. You deserved it. I don't think whoever was messing with you, I don't think they realized who you were. I'm telling you about this Three of Wands. It's this Three of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this is with that Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, they could be spying, they're watching. They got information. They're very curious, listening, learning. They want to know more. The Knight of Pentacles talks about diligence, responsibility, being slow and steady wins the race. Totally dedicated, taking practical steps forward. And they're watching you do this. And that's what that pentacle. Moving forward with it. Taking action. Three of Wands talks about taking action. And this talks about the dedication. So they're watching you, whoever this is that has a problem with your situation. They're watching you take these practical steps and dedication, and they're kind of cornered up here. They're in the outskirts. So they tried isolating you, but it looks like they're the ones isolated. At least from your world. Talking about the Six of Wands. Talking about the Six of Wands. What's this victory? The High Priestess victory. The Hanged Man. Getting a whole new perspective, enlightenment, divination, prophecy. The ultimate surrender. Talking about this Hanged Man. The Hanged Man also talks about, like, you've already been through so much crap that you just hang yourself up in this tree and you're like, you know what? I learned my lessons. I know what I need to know now. I'm waiting, because the next card is the Death card. And that's what the Hanged Man talks about. Is you've been through so many cycles, so many trials and tribulations and lessons and all that fun stuff, that you hang yourself up in this tree and you're like, you know what? I'm going to hang here and I'm going to wait for the death to come in and clean the slate for me. Take all this, kind of like the vultures. So the vultures can come in, clean all the dead away so that you can stand up and start new. Clean slate. Just wipe it all. With the Hermit card, we have the Four of Swords. Contemplation, recuperation, healing. This could also be what I get with the Hangman, stepping back to see what's real. Getting mental clarity, finding your inner peace with what needs, because maybe this Page of Swords, like they're on the outskirts, but maybe they're actually someone that was close to you. I mean, they can't be that close to you. You're high priestess and they tried this. Maybe they didn't know. I don't know. So the Hermit, I mean, the Four of Swords is pretty much the minor arcana of the Hermit card. I'm hearing manifesting healing for yourself by going into your inner world, going into, that dark night. But once you've done so much work in that dark night of the soul, I mean, you go down there multiple times, over and over and over and over, because there's always something new. There's always something new that you got to work through. And after you do that so long, like you can go into the dark night without having to stay in that cave. Like you can be present. When you go into the dark night, as you probably know, you go into hermit mode. And you might lock yourself up in your house for a couple months. Heck, I did it for 3 years before. My first dark night of the soul that I remember, I locked myself in my house for 3 years. Once you get accustomed to sitting in that darkness and finding the light and finding the answers, and you know yourself well enough to find your path and not allow people on the outside, the outskirts, to hinder your way of thinking, your way of feeling. They're not able to manipulate you because you're in that. It's like you're here, but you're also there. You're straddling the two worlds. And that's how I'm seeing that. You're straddling both worlds. And it's like you're waiting for the BS to be cleared out because you've already called it. And the high priestess energy, you called it out. You're like, okay, I see that for what it is. I see that person for what they are. Okay, I understand this. I understand that. Let me sit here. Keep me right. Let me sit here and let the universe take this away. You're not holding on. You're not trying to fix things. You're not trying to, apologize for crap that wasn't never your fault. No more of that crap. You're well past that. Yeah, you're straddling both worlds. Four of Swords, which is what the good book talks about, being in the world but not of the world. Five of Swords, after that Four of Swords. Okay, so you might be receiving this after you went through, like, you stayed in your personal strength. This is conflict, disagreements, defeat, loss. But having the emotional intelligence to see it for what it is, like I said over here, self-reflection, that's how you kept your inner strength. You didn't take it personally. You went within and you're like, oh, okay, this is a them problem. This isn't a me problem. I'm standing upright. I have my personal strength. I'm in hermit mode. High priestess, I got foresight in what they're going to do. Tell me about this Five of Swords. This is conflict. The Emperor, authority. Someone with authority, power, control. This could be a father figure. You might have had to, this is with that Page of Cups as well. You might have had to put up boundaries and be strategic because they were trying to put you out in the cold, or this father figure is out in the cold because they couldn't stand up to your personal strength. Causing conflicts and disagreements. Let's see, the Emperor. Tell me about this Emperor. Okay, well, we have the High Priest with this King of Pentacles. This is spiritual authority. Oh, wow. Okay, so this Emperor tried using their control and their power and authority, being strategic to take what's yours, to they wanted to knock you off of your, I don't want to say pedestal, but knock you off of your feet, kind of. They thought if they mind fucked you, that it would make you get out of character. Like you would act out, you would lash out. They were causing these disagreements, these conflicts, this loss, and you were staying straddled in those two worlds. You're Four of Swords hermit mode. You seen right through it, so you didn't participate. You sat in your strength. So now you're the King of Pentacles. Here comes your spiritual authority. The Emperor has authority on a material realm. This High Priest, this is you getting guidance from Spirit. This is you following your guidance. That's why that wheel turned in your favor. You don't answer to any authority other than Spirit, your highest authority. You're the High Priestess. Tell me about this High Priest. Tower. Okay, Tower. Sudden dramatic changes. This is like the rug getting pulled right out from underneath you. All right. So like I said, you seen this coming. You had foresight. In the King of Pentacles energy, which is you, whoever I'm talking to. You have so much spiritual authority. I don't know if you realize it, but you do. They were making plans. They thought that by putting you out in the cold and causing this conflict and disagreement, you went into hermit mode. And they thought that was them winning. They thought they were winning. They thought they had the power and authority over your happiness, over what you received, over what you thought. They thought that they had the control to mess with your mind. So they made plans, and you've seen this. By them putting you in the Five of Pentacles, your High Priestess mode kicked in. So the King of Pentacles had foresight in what they were planning. They thought their ships were coming in. They thought this Ace of Pentacles was theirs because they were watching, remember? They wanted to take that. So that's what they did. They started being strategic when they seen that this was coming. This wheel started turning. They seen that this new beginning was coming. They were like, okay, I got to play my cards right. I need to get this. They can't receive it. I need to get this. So they wanted you in the Five of Pentacles. So you didn't get in the Six of Pentacles, which is you receiving. But you already received before that. That's crazy. Maybe they don't know that you received already. They're just looking at that one pentacle, and meanwhile, you're over here with 10. Anyways, so you had foresight. You seen what their plans were, and you just like moved right around them. They didn't even see you. They didn't even see you move. Because slow and steady wins the race. Remember Taurus and the hare. Showing my age now. Anyways, because they were moving so fast, they had what they wanted in their sights. This Ace of Pentacles was in their sights. That's what they were focusing on. That's what they were going to. Meanwhile, you're sitting in your throne seeing their every move. You just like, because this Knight of Pentacles moves very slow. That is, it's not like you ran by so quick they didn't see you. You were just, galloping right past them. And meanwhile, they're looking out into where they thought their ships were coming in. And you went right around them. And here's that tower. Your spiritual authority kicked in, bam, tower to all their plans. Their ship ain't coming in. They blew up out there. They blew up on the water. Talking about this tower. So that's what they're seeing. They're looking out in the horizon, look for their ship coming in. They thought for sure it was there. And all they're seeing is it explode right in front of them. Oh, it reminds me, I just watched that new Peaky Blinders movie. And that happened. There was a scene. They're waiting for the ship, these boats to come in. And they had it set up. They're gonna, I forgot if, I don't think it was the police. I think it was a rival gang, was going to kill everybody on this boat once it docked. But they already knew about it. So as the boat was coming in and right when it got near the dock, they had set up some type of explosive and they got off the boat. So it ended up exploding in front of all the rival gang that thought that they had the upper hand. It blew up right in front of their face. And that was their whole plans just blew up. And that's what I see with this. They jumped too far ahead. They didn't, that Page of Swords didn't really do their work. Right there, King of Wands. Okay, so I think this King of Wands is this Emperor. Yeah. All right, tell me about the Hangman. Temperance. Temperance is keeping your balance, staying tempered. Like I said, they were trying to get you to step out of character, to lash out, to, not feel good about yourself by the way you reacted because they were messing with your mind. And it didn't work because you have temperance. You're a high priestess. These people. Tell me about this temperance. The moon, you see what's hidden. Your guide, your intuition, you're not fearful. You're not afraid of the dark. You're living in it. You're in both worlds at the same time. You can see what's hidden beneath the surface because you're there. Wow. Tell me about this moon. I don't think this, whoever's coming up against you, I don't think they did their homework. Like if they were close to you, they weren't close to you. Ace of Cups. Okay, Ace of Cups, new emotional beginning, spiritual growth, love, overflow of joy, trusting your heart. That's what that conflict. They didn't want you to trust your heart. They didn't want you to trust your emotions. They wanted you to step out of character, feel bad for the way that you reacted. So then you go, with your tail between your legs, say, I'm so sorry. Nope, that ain't happening. Maybe this is how you reacted in the past. Talking about this Ace of Cups. I don't know how they thought the Five of Swords was getting them the Ace of Cups. Yeah, Seven of Wands. You're defending yourself. You're protected from this Emperor. And you are receiving this Ace of Cups because you didn't step out of character. This is yours. Seven of Wands. This is you protecting yourself. This is gosh. This is a challenge. People are trying to challenge you. So, right there. Spiritual authority with this Seven of Swords. You, I don't have the Judgment card out here yet, but that's what I'm feeling here. You're defending yourself. This is betrayal. This is deception, dishonesty. They tried mind fucking you. They wanted to take. They wanted to take from you. Talking about the Seven of Swords. Spirit's on their back, though. You ain't getting away with that. Okay, Four of Pentacles. They're trying, they didn't want to lose this money. This idea of getting this money, this pinnacle, wanting to take what's yours. Where they wanted you is where they're sitting now. With this, that tower, their boats exploding in front of them. They wanted you sitting there in fear, holding on tightly like a death grip to your resources. And now that's where they're sitting. That's karma. Right there, Seven of Swords at the top is the wheel. That's karma. Oh, I love that. Tell me about this Four of Pentacles. Right there, illusions. Seven of Cups, casting illusions. They were hoping that you would pick the wrong cups. They were hoping that they could camouflage this Ace of Cups with mental conflict. Ay, ay, ay. They didn't do their research. If this was someone that was close to you, it really wasn't that deep. It really wasn't that deep because they had no idea of your spiritual strength, your ranking, they didn't know who you were. In reality, maybe they thought they knew you. So like I said, that they started out way off on the outskirts. Maybe you were giving, maybe you was someone you were generous with, like you gave to, because this is on the right hand side. That's the hand of giving. They wanted you to give this to them. They wanted, excuse me, they wanted to put you into a position where you would just hand over what's rightfully yours. They thought they could guilt trip you, freeze you out. This Page of Cups, that could be like love of a child, love of your inner child, love of something new, something you love, something, maybe it's a new endeavor that just makes your heart happy. They wanted you to give all that up, just give it to them. As they sat in the Page of Swords, like they're nobody. There's some nosy little shit. Sorry. This is Temperance. They thought that they were going to manipulate this High Priestess into giving over the kingdom because you're the King of Pentacles. Temperance, right there, Five of Wands. Yeah. That you stand your ground in a competition, struggle, and conflict by standing Temperance. You're above that. You're not going to compete. You don't compete. With who? With who? Five of Wands. If you're standing in your power, you don't compete with nobody. What in the hell are they thinking? Right. See what I'm saying? I'm going to look at those in a minute. Star energy. That's what was hidden from them. They don't realize that you're in both worlds. You can sit in this darkness and not be fearful because you understand the darkness. You see what's hidden. You know what's in the cracks and crevices, what's hiding in the shadows. You've made friends with them. You're the star. You're a healer. Let's see what these two cards are. Look at that. Karma and Page of Pentacles with this star. This is the last and final judgment. This is a transformation, spiritual awakening, self-reflection, which is what you're doing in this whole line. The Hermit, the Four of Swords, the Moon card, and the Star, with your wishes coming true. Page of Pentacles, that is giving you what you need to move forward. Like it's something being given to you that shows you the path is clear. You can move forward. You're following your spiritual guidance. You've healed. You've recovered from this freaking conflict and competition, which was nothing. Like, you didn't even compete. You won the competition without competing. Because these people. All right. That karma card wants to flip out again. Yeah, they're under judgment. You're not competing with this lower realm crap. Tell me about the Star. The Lovers. Deep connections, choices, options, matters of the heart. That's what they wanted you conflicted about. This talks about a choice. Yeah, they wanted you to willingly hand them your stuff. Like, they wanted you to give them your Ace of Cups, your Ace of Pentacles. They thought you were just they could mind fuck you, and you'd just be like, here you go. Will you forgive me for what I didn't do? Here you go. Here's my stuff. What? This is Lovers. Maybe when you were unhealed, you know, that was a trap that you're stuck in, but not anymore. You started out first card, High Priestess. Like, you done your work. You got this. Okay. 7 of Wands. You have the 8 of Wands. So that's you defending yourself from this Emperor. This Emperor is the one that wanted you to. He was trying to control everything. He could have had a child or someone younger as this Page of Swords watching and reporting back. Excuse me. 8 of Wands is fast movement, fast progress. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles with the 7 of Swords. They wanted to steal your harvest, what you were dedicated to, everything you worked hard for. That's why that wheel started turning. That's why your spiritual authority came down. Nope, not going to happen. Quick fight. You're sitting there polishing your coins. You're not in mental conflict over these. Maybe this was someone you loved, someone you trusted. Because that's the only way they would think that you would hand over all your blessings to them. This has to be someone you care about or cared about. Talking about this 8 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. You're advancing. They're sitting there holding on to their little 4 coins. And you're walking around strutting your stuff in the 9 of Pentacles. That's having all the material comforts, enough for you and then some. You have enough for yourself. You have enough to give to others, but you're not going to. Not to them anyways. Tell me about this 9 of Pentacles. You're not feeding the illusions. You see right through it with that High Priestess. Okay, King Cups flipped out right there. That's emotional depth and control. That's empathy, prioritizing your emotional balance and bringing that out into the world to show everybody, because that Seven of Cups illusions from this King of Wands Emperor, that ain't working with you because you've already been through all the cups. You're in King of Cup energy. We got Four of Wands. That's celebration, harmony, stability, community, home, success. Oh, this King of Wands was in the illusion that they were going to be able to celebrate, take what's yours and celebrate it as their own. I'm going to get one more row, finish this off. Tell me about this Five of Wands. It's just conflict. Three of Swords. Right there. All that conflict did, all it did was show you the truth. I mean, absolute truth. Pierce the heart. They thought it would break your heart. You're in High Priestess energy. You're able to transmute that energy to understand it. You go into hermit mode. These people have no clue. I'm talking about this Three of Swords. I'm hearing NPC. This has to be an NPC because they were this close to you and they didn't see the transition and the transformation that you were going through. This is intense energy to go into the dark night of the soul and still be present into your daily life. That is extreme. Like, do you know how advanced you have to be able to do that? If anyone that was close to you that really knew you would see that and be like, oh no, I'm not, no, I'm not messing with that. Nope, not gonna work. Not these people. They're like, look, they're in hermit mode. They're hurt. They're in scarcity. They're isolated. Now I can mentally mind fuck them. That's what they thought. Well, that didn't work out. Queen of Cups right there with the star. You have emotional intelligence and intuition. You already knew. This Three of Swords came out. This is information you already knew. You already transmuted this crap. So now it's their turn. It's their turn to accept that Three of Swords. Let's see how they do, because they're not doing the work that you've done. Tell me this Queen of Cups. They're falling. Right there. Two of Swords. Yeah, you're blocking. This is what would seem to be a difficult choice. But no, it's not, because you're using your logic and your intuition to block out this fake love crap. Like, they don't understand you. They don't know you, obviously. Block. Tell me about this Two of Swords. Yep, you ain't got time for that. Like I said, competing with you, you're not competing with anybody. King of Cups energy right there. Okay, not only do your intuition, your empathy, you've healed yourself and you have understanding within yourself. Not only that, this King of Cups, you have the wisdom to apply that to your outer world. That's how you're being seen. This King of Cups, and you're blocking out any of this fake love crap. King Cups, they just wanted to take from you. Anyway, we got Swords, Pentacles, and Cups. The only thing they didn't have for you is passion. The Wands. Eight of Cups. That's with the Eight of Pentacles. You're on a spiritual quest. You have the emotional intelligence to walk away from this crap. You've already built up what you needed to build. I mean, financially, emotionally. This thief has to walk away. They have to walk away from this. Their stuff's already been blown up. Tell me about this Eight of Cups. They're sad. They're sad. It didn't work. Like, was this just a little game to them? Or I don't understand. This was your spiritual path, your spiritual awakening. And it's like they're just over here playing freaking games. Three of Cups. Community, happiness, friends, support, enjoying, celebrating your happiness. Oh, they have to walk away from, they're not part of the celebration. They've been found out. They've been blocked. Tell me about this Three of Cups. Look at that. Six of Cups, nostalgia, childhood, innocence. You're celebrating. They're in illusions. This could be children. Innocence. But this could also be, your childhood. You've been innocent. Like you had compassion, you had love for these people, and they just used your life as a game for them. Oh, Queen of Swords. Oh, they're worried, anxiety, they're in fear. But you're taking a leap of faith. That's why they're scared. You're moving on without them. You put up boundaries. They're not able to get through. Truth and clarity is seen. Yeah, they're definitely in their shadow. And now they're crying over spilt milk because the Ten of Swords they want to put in your back are now in their back. They did this to themselves. You didn't even do it. They took a bold move. King of Swords. Look at that. They're burdened. They're overwhelmed because you're able to adapt to whatever they threw at you. You're too advanced. You are too advanced. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to get some guidance cards. Finish this off. So keep it up. What you're doing is right. So if you're, I don't think you are, but if you felt any type of doubt or anything, because you had to turn your back on people that you cared about, and you had to accept that they didn't really care about you. They wanted what they get from you. All right. So what does collective need to know to finish this off? I did not mean for this to be so long. What does collective need to know? Confidence. Playful. Yeah, have fun. Have fun. Don't let these people get you down. Don't let them get in your head. You've already moved so far ahead of them. Understanding. Now, your confidence is allowing you to be childlike, which was the last card, Six of Cups. Like I was getting like childlike energy, and just enjoying life because now you understand something. It's complicated. Understanding of what's complicated doesn't have to be complicated. Talking about this complicated, it's like hidden knowledge. Obedience. You're mastering a craft. That's what I was feeling. Oh my God, I was feeling that so heavy with that first row with the high priestess, hermit mode, Four of Swords, all that. It was like a training ground. I mean, it's real life crap, but this she has the scales of balance, the sword. She's balancing. Your obedience is what makes this not complicated. Not for you anyways. Tell me about confidence. I'll do one more row and we're finishing this. Focus. Focus. Playful. This focus card, she's aiming at a target. She's focusing. The path from the past is coming up. And now you're focusing. Focusing where you want to aim. Playful. Oath. Focusing on an oath. This could be to yourself. That you're going to be happy regardless of what's thrown your way. Understanding of self-worth. Keep your head held high. Believe in yourself again with confidence. Love yourself. Take an oath. Your happiness matters. Not everybody else's. Obedience. Yeah, just keep practicing. Just keep practicing. Individuality. Growth. That you're going into your being in the darkness, but not of the darkness. That's what that is. In cycles. This is a cycle. A reminder, don't forget, these are just cycles. You're not trapped. You're successful. You're going to have love and loyalty. This is not it. Okay, that's your lesson. Whatever you've been going through, don't think it's something that you did just because you raised yourself, your frequency and your vibration, and you evolved. That's what happened. You evolved past these people. So, stay confident, stay on your path, and don't doubt yourself. Don't let them mind fuck you. You got this. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.